Okay, my dear friend, are you ready?
Yep.
All right, we are going to do a picture walk. Have you ever done a picture walk before? We're going to do a picture walk together. The first thing is I want you to look at the front cover of this book. Do you know what the title of this book is?
The Ugly Duckling.
The Ugly Duckling, very good. By looking at this picture, what do you think is happening in this picture?
He's following the mouse.
Who's this?
The Ugly Duckling.
The Ugly Ducklings? Do you think the Ugly Duckling's following the mouse?
Yes.
Let's go to the first page.
Do you want me to read it?
I want you to look at the pictures first. I want you to tell me what you think is happening on this page just by looking at the pictures. What do you think is happening?
All of these kids were yellow and he was orange brown.
So you see all kinds of yellow animals, but then one brown animal?
Uh-huh. And his mother was brown.
His mother was brown. What about this page? You still see the same animals from over there. Do they look the same?
Yeah.
You look the same over here than they do right here?
Except they they're surrounding him.
They're surrounding him. Does he look happy?
No.
No. Let's see. Let's turn the page. What do you think's happening here?
He's crying
He's crying. Why do you think he might be crying?
because he's different and nobody wants to play with him.
You think it's because he's different and no one wants to play. If you look over at this picture, you still see him right there, but what's he doing here?
Praying?
You think he's praying?
Yes.
Okay. Does he look happy there either?
No.
What do you see on this page?
He's trying to swim.
Who's trying to swim?
The Ugly Duckling.
It's right there.
Yeah.
Oh, is that the brown duckling?
I think that's actually a different
You
one.
think he might be different?
No, I think that's actually. Yes. Can I try reading it for a second?
We will read it in just 1 minute. We're just going to look at the pictures. We're going to try to draw some conclusions as to what we might see on some of the pages. Like this page right here. We see how many white birds?
3.
We see 3 white birds, and then what about this little guy?
I think that's the Ugly
Think that might be the Ugly Duckling? Okay. Still see the 3 white birds. And what are they doing here?
I think they're flying away from that.
Yeah, you think they're trying to fly away from him? All right. We'll move on. What do you think's happening here? Do you think this is 2 white swans?
Yes.
Do you think this is 2? Okay.
There's a lot of 2.
Okay. Well, what's he looking in? What is the swan looking in?
Wait, I think there's 1. That's just his reflection.
Good job. Good reasoning. If he's looking in the water, then he's seeing his own reflection. And that's a really good word you just used. Very, very, very good using your words. Oh, now we have a couple more new characters here. What do we have here? We have some some children. What do you think they're doing in the story?
Playing.
You think they're playing? Do you think they're playing with the swans and the duckling? Or do you think they're just different characters?
They're just different colors.
Different. Okay. Well, how do they look over here? How does everyone look?
At the swans.
You think they're looking at the swans? All right. Well, we're going to go ahead and we're going to read it together, okay? I'm going to open the book, and I'm going to point with the pointer. I'm going to read, and you're going to read along with me. Are you ready? Okay. Mother duck sits on her nest. For her eggs, she does her best. Ducklings hatch, what a lot! 5 are fluffy, 1 is not. He is scruffy, big and brown, scrawny neck, no yellow down. Ducklings peck him, go away. We think you're ugly, they all say. Can you turn the page for me?
They're not being very nice.
Off he swims to some far lake, feeling that his heart will break. Crying great big tears he glides, behind the reeds and sadly hides. Summer passes, cold winds blow, winter comes with ice and snow. Lonely, cold, with frozen feet, he grows thin, no food to eat. Turn the page for me. Then the warm spring comes at last. The sun is hot, the ice melts fast. But ugly duckling still alone, with no friends to call his own.
There's the mouse again.
There's the mouse. Our duckling looks up to the sky, sees 3 white swans flying by. He flaps his wings and with a cry, he too is flying fast and high.
He's not running. They're not running away. They just don't see him.
On the pond, the 3 swans land, heads held high, they're very grand. Ugly duckling lands close by, feeling scared and very shy. As they swim in his direction, he looks down at his reflection. In the water shining bright, he sees a swan all smooth and white. And by the pond the children call, there's a new swan best of all. Happy with his new swan friends, so our duckling's story ends.
Where is? Oh, is that the ugly duckling?
And look, there's the little mouse.
I don't know. I didn't even put the little mouse in there. He's not even a part of the story.
He's just a little add-on character, isn't he? All right.
Oh, look, tiny feet.
They do have little teeny tiny feet.
And then he has big feet.
All right, what we're going to do now is I want you to tell me, do you know what these 2 punctuation marks are? Do you know what this is?
A comma and a period.
A comma and a period. What do you do when you see a comma when you're reading?
You stop.
Right. Do you stop long or do you pause?
We just pause.
You just do a little stop, right? So it's like a little stop sign with a comma. When you see a period, what do you do?
A big stop.
Yeah, you see a big stop, right? You're going to take a long stop sign.
Because it's done.
Right, it's the end of a sentence. It's the end of a thought.
Well, if you have another sentence wrote, you still need an uppercase, but it doesn't mean you have to stop for a long time.
You are
Like
right. And the next part of the sentence would begin with an uppercase letter. You are
See,
very,
and then that
very
one,
smart.
it doesn't end for a long time. It just kind of pauses
Right.
for a second. Just
All
like
right.
this.
Well, what we're going to do is we're going to talk about the importance of commas and periods within a sentence, okay? So I want you to open up the book. Just pick any page you want to. Pick any page.
Okay. Even the first one.
If there's punctuation points on it, we can use, yep, that one will work. Is that the one you want to use?
I'm trying to find a perfect page.
The perfect page.
This one. I'm trying to find one without the mouse on it.
All right, so we're going to do this one. All right, I'm going to check to make sure that my camera is still going. Okay, it is. That's very good. All right, what we're going to do now is I'm going to put my finger to cover up one of the either commas or periods, okay?
No, I don't. Oh yeah, those commas on this page.
And then, here, you hold your finger over it, because my finger's kind of big. So you hold your finger over it, okay? Pick one. I'm not going to look. You just pick one.
Okay.
Pick one and cover it up. Tell me when you have it covered.
I have a couple.
Okay. Now, I'm going to read the sentence without using the comma or the period because it's gone right now, right? You have it covered.
We need a comma and a period couple?
No, just one for starting out.
Okay.
All right, so you have it covered, right?
Yes.
So to me, I don't see it. Okay, I'm gonna start reading, and I want you to tell me if it makes any sense. Okay.
Okay.
All right. Which put it right over top of that. Put your finger right there, so I can read the rest of it. You got it?
Uh-huh.
All right. Okay, I'm gonna read it, and I'm not gonna see that punctuation mark. Are you ready?
Uh-huh.
On the pond, the three swans land. Heads held high, they're very grand. Did I pause right there?
Yeah.
No, I didn't pause because I didn't see that comma. Should I have paused right there?
Uh-huh, just a little.
Just a little pause, right? All right, so now I'm going to cover one, and you're going to read it, and you're going to tell me if it makes any sense, okay?
I think those rhyming ones like direction and
You are right. They end the same. Okay, I'm covering up one. Now I want you to read it and tell me if it makes sense. Are you ready?
Uh-huh.
All right. Just start from here. You with the pointer?
Okay, I'm gonna go my eyes.
Oh, okay.
What?
All right. I've got this covered, so that means you're not going to stop, okay?
On
So
the
start.
pond, the three swans land. Heads held high, they're very grand. Ugly duckling lands close by, feeling scared and very shy.
All right. Now I want you to read it with the period.
With the period.
Now that the period's there, I want you to read it again.
On the pond, the three swans land. Heads held high, they're very grand. Ugly duckling lands close by, feeling scared and very shy.
So which one sounded better? When you read it with the period or without the period? With the period. That's why
Makes more
it's
sense.
it does make more sense, and that's called fluent reading. Can you say that? Fluent reading. All right. So once again, when you see a comma, what are you gonna do?
Take a little stop.
Take a little stop. And what happens when you see a period?
A big stop.
Take a big stop.
Well, unless you're still gonna write or something.
Well, that's true too.
But only when it's like at the very end. I'm not gonna read that like in a long time.
That's true.
Maybe
All right.
people
I'm
again.
gonna go ahead and stop the video in just a second.